Hey everyone, your girl is here. Is now officially 5:50. Yes, you guys heard me right. 5:50. I'm very happy and excited. Obviously, you guys can tell. Woke up super early. So it is now 7:30, as you guys can see. Well, as you guys might have seen. I don't know if you guys actually take time to ever look at the header, right, of my screenshots, but obviously last night I didn't show the header except the battery percentage because obviously it was shortly after I got home. But how long is shortly? And did I also get out a little bit early? Right? Like, were we rather slow last night? Am I allowed to leave like 10 minutes early? Again, I'm not going to directly ever say any of all of that. But yeah, you guys get the point though. So yes, obviously now 7:30, and since obviously this morning I did a little bit different of a version, right? I was laying down. Um, for the next couple days, we'll do some stand in front of the mirrors, right? Whenever we're waking up in the morning. But I decided to do a sit down on my vanity, not on my bed video this morning. So, yes, I officially now have gotten a whole pile of steps. I'm very happy to have done all of that. And then, obviously, relax, obviously, the rest of this afternoon with some really good photo shoots for you guys. And then have a good evening here. So, yes. I did also do some looking this morning, actually, and I had done it before. I just wanted to refresh myself. Yes, the sharks do obviously leave the Myrtle Beach area, right? Right around October and November. So that would make sense just because they are deep south, but 50s at night, sometimes in the 40s at night, it's a little bit too cold for them. Yes, guys, even South Carolina, but they're much later than us. They're like late, about mid to late November, until they're officially in the low 40s. And they do get into the 30s just briefly, because I looked at the yearly, lows and highs for each month. On average, that is, obviously. So, yes, obviously, and it ends at that far. There we go. Until the next beach that is best known for shark teeth in South Carolina, which is Apollo Beach, which is only 2.5 hours away from Myrtle Beach. So I'm not really sure, based upon the averages, if maybe. See, I'm gonna have to really dig, because I can go from South Carolina to where I am in Pennsylvania in a day. Obviously, I drove basically to the middle of Georgia in a day. So I was thinking, if that's the case, and depending on when foliage is best, I could go, maybe Myrtle would be my first for like 4 days. Hang on. What, Moo? Alright guys, so pardon the grammar interruption. They're very normal, obviously, as you guys know. So yes, I was thinking maybe I could do there for like 4 or 5 days. Obviously, I'll definitely still get to go out and see some sharks, Actually, I didn't look at the barracuda, and all of that. I'll have to look at the barracuda. But there's probably not much migration. Obviously, the sharks and the bigger animals, yes, the bigger predators, they probably go south. But I have to look at all the other fish. But as of sharks, right, and seeing a shark, again, because I'm very happy and excited to see sharks. Yes, obviously they're, towards the end of their migration, so I may or may not see them, but definitely want to see one. That'll be so much fun. They even have the great whites there, which is crazy, guys. Crazy, crazy. So, yes, obviously we'll go ahead and we'll do all of that. And then maybe I'll come back to Pennsylvania for just like a week, right? And then I'll shoot back down there to. Am I going back to Columbia? Right? Well, you guys know that I'm going to be in the mountainous, well, the hilly parts, the very bottom half, really bottom third, or some would even say a quarter. And definitely not the bottom, well, maybe the bottom eighth, if you want to push it, of the Blue Ridge Mountains, right? Because you guys remember the picture from the Blairsville Mountain, right?
So, obviously, the mountains in Pittsburgh, you can definitely tell you're getting to the Ohio Valley, River Valley, because they basically just turn into hills, right? And then once you're out about, I'm trying to remember, was it Deerfield, Ohio? I think it was Deerfield, Ohio. I think that, because that's right outside, like, it's not right outside Youngstown, but it's probably about a fourth of the way from Columbus and Youngstown, about a fourth of the way there. I think it was called Deerfield, Ohio. I swear it was called Deerfield, Ohio. And yes, obviously, that is basically when it just turns completely flat, right? So there's no more hills, right? So it's not like you look for about 8 miles and then, oh, there's a hill, right? Like you look, because I remember looking out the bus and you saw a field and then there was just enough of a cutoff where you could maybe see just the tip of a building that would be able to be seen if it was flat, right? So, yes. Try to think of it like, hiking up the mountain, right? Once you're so high, you can actually see a cell phone tower, right? But once you're so low in there, at a certain vantage points, you can't see that the tower's up there, right? So yeah, it's kind of stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be definitely really, really something to look into and look forward to, obviously. So we'll see if that works out or how that's going to work out. That's the thing. How is it going to work out? Not, well, I mean, is it though, right? Like, is it actually going to? No, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. So yes, we got to figure it out. So, again, I have to figure stuff out, about the foliage, and then I can figure out. And then also, I mean, coming back, to do work, do I leave on a Wednesday, right? So then I'm there Thursday and Friday. 2 days are already my 2 days off. And then maybe come back on like a month. No, that's not enough days down there. Yeah, especially with driving 10 hours. Yeah, probably not. So like I said, guys, there's lots to think about, but we'll figure it out. So anyhow, I'll officially, like I said though, go ahead and get going. I'll take my gram to her appointment, and then I'll have enough steps that I can very easily just do a very long photo shoot with you guys. I will officially pick out my suits again as soon as I end this film here. So, and then as soon as I get back, all the suits are already laid out. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So now I officially just went tinkle. I do have to come on and also share my comment, right, that I posted last night too. So, and obviously I went ahead and blurred pretty much the whole first statement because don't want you guys obviously to know her name. Obviously, that is not, I feel like that would be, again, kind of disrespectful in some aspects, obviously. So yes, obviously, the gist of it was, obviously there's multiple ways that you can start the sentences, that way, because if I just did her name, obviously you guys could figure it out, and no, I don't want to do that, right? That is not the purpose, what would you call that? Not like a, it's not grooming, but you guys get the point, right? Like, you share other people's stuff for your own gain. I'm not that kind of person, right? So, you still do proper things to, protect, right, her. Obviously, even though, again, there's people in this world who would literally waste their entire day just to figure it out, right? Yes, anyhow, guys, so basically it was just something along the lines of, it warms my heart, right, to finally start to see you so happy, and you're now just starting to look like her name, right, that I know and knew. And I probably could have put remembered, obviously, but that's what new is. Know and new, right? So yes, obviously, that is the gist of it, right? And because, again, there's so many different ways you could start to word that, you know, or put the and symbol to shorten it, and then maybe her name is actually like up on that first line towards the end, right? Or, right, maybe you seem like the right is first, and then, you know, I'm so happy that I'm able to see that aspect of you that I knew and know, right? So maybe it was that, right? Again, there's all sorts of different things, and you do what you can do to respect her, right? Because again, that is, yeah, it's not me trying to. Why can't I think of the word right now? I can't think of the word right now, but you guys get the point, right? And that's not my purpose of sharing her stuff on my page. So, of course, I be respectful with it. So, anyhow, let's get back into the video. That was very rewarding and exciting to post that, right? And show my gratitude towards her and everything that she obviously did in my life and helps me with and all that other good stuff, right? And you guys have obviously heard it for in the past year. You've probably heard maybe the equivalent of like 2.5 hours of it, guys. It's very obvious, the sentimental value and mark and impression, right, that she had left on my life. So yes, obviously I did have to post that, and I did. And that could also, well, it's not actually could, right? It is, right? I'm just going to directly say. Even just in case there's somebody who clearly has a really hard time understanding and doesn't play the Haley Keys, right? What Haley Keys says, because they just don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation. It's like I mean, for you guys being, let's just use pharmacy, right? Because pharmacists are still in the top paid professions in the United States for obvious reasons, right? So it's like, for you guys being a whole bunch of pharmacists, you guys you guys must have graduated from retard college or retards, and yeah, oh, well, I'm offended by retards. Well, you can just be offended, Who's using the proper term when they're standing up? And that is correct, obviously. Some people use the word disrespectful for tipflation. Some people say it's just annoying. Okay, so what is it actually disrespectful though? Like, you're nagging at good customers. Well, how do you know actually if they're a loyal customer if you do every single customer, right? So that's why it's actually not just a nuisance. It actually is disrespectful because you know that if you ask every single customer, you're bound to be asking a loyal customer. So I choose to say the word disrespect. Well, I mean, disrespect is a little harsh. Well, again, who's using the right term? That's an opinion. It boils down to an opinion, guys. Anyhow, let's get back into the video. Well, I mean, retard is a little bit harsh. No, okay, that's an opinion, right? That's an opinion. Who's using the right term? Again, anyhow, so it's like, maybe they were retarded too, because they gave a person who, but, okay, we're not going to go into that. You guys get the point though, right? So it's like, yeah, that is obviously why I'm super happy and excited today. So, yes, very happy and excited to express my gratitude with the location month. So, yes. Anyhow, guys, I'll officially go ahead and get going. I'll watch my video. I might honestly, since I'm so far ahead on exercise, and I can get some while Graham is at the appointment, I might honestly watch some Pirates highlights and get caught up on them. I saw last night they had a killer game at PNC Park, 12 freaking runs, and they obviously just now did their second, series. There we go. Second series with the Cubs. They obviously already did one earlier this year. So, yeah, I'm very happy and excited to get caught up on those. I am still on the Diamondbacks, right? So I know they had the Colorado Rockies in there. They also had, what was it? St. Louis. Yeah, they had the Cardinals. And then there's also another, it's on the West Coast. San Francisco, I think, has a very similar logo to St. Louis. Yeah, I think it was that. No, it is SDP, which means San Diego Padres, that's who they were that I was thinking of. You guys can also see just how lively and lovely my hair is still. Very happy and excited. It'll be super easy to Just, tweak it up a little bit and then get really cute and adorable hair for my Memorial Day shoots. So anyhow, let's get back into the video. St. Louis. What's its 3 letters? Oh my god. I can't remember. It's like, what the heck is the San Francisco people called? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank right now. I know they have like brownish, like my cheetah, right? They have cheetahs. But it's like brown and... What the heck is that called? It's on the West Coast. Alright guys, I'll figure that out and also post that here at the end. Let's officially go ahead and check up on these Pirates highlights. Talk to you guys later.
Everyone, your girl is here. Is now officially 9:50. I'm coming to you guys today now. Obviously just dropped off Graham, so I did want to come on and share that obviously I finished my 15-minute video. I did get to 2 Pirates highlights, so I wanted to get on to them. Then I'm officially going to try to bang out as much exercise as I can. Then whenever I get home, I'll do my shower, and I'll get all dolled up, and we will do our Memorial Day shoots. And then, since I'm going to be posting this, and this will be up probably around, dinner time and all of that, hopefully this video will probably be it'll be complete with the photo shoots and my shower, obviously returning home. Grim and I are going to Lowe's after this, so I guess I can break the news. So obviously, yes, I'm going to go see Journey tonight. Very happy and excited to go see them. Obviously, it is an older band that that was almost like, obviously people still hear about them to this day, and they're obviously still very, very big. But as far as like last tours and stuff, obviously like Shania Twain was a little bit more in my ballpark, because yeah, they still do have a good decade. Some are a little bit longer than a decade, right? So like obviously Shania Twain, and well, actually all artists and bands like that have like a certain song that really sticks forever, right? Like everybody knows Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman, right? So yeah, oh geez, I actually almost mimicked that perfectly. So yes, obviously Shania Twain. Let me go ahead and just set you guys down here. There we go. So yes, obviously Shania Twain is like that with Man, I Feel Like a Woman, right? So yes, obviously Shania Twain, and then Journey's Don't Stop Believing, and even people who are out of that era, obviously, oh dang. That guys, I'm just gonna show you this too. Vandy lines. Anyhow, a little bit different, right, than in Williamsport. Anyhow, guys, so yes, so obviously those songs are usually pretty big then, but a lot of them, it's like how many people actually go and listen, I don't really know, but like I said, so Shania Twain was still, big and all of that. So she did her finals, back in 2012. I remember, yeah, she did her finals. I was obviously rather younger then, and obviously had other things going on in my life. I'm obviously brave enough to do it on my own. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, Alyssa, you're doing that on your own. Yeah, I go to concerts on my own. I go to baseball games on my own, right? Like, I know how to fend for myself. So anyhow, guys, yes, I officially go ahead and be going to them tonight. I'm very happy to have, like, my first time ever, right, that I went to a game like that. A concert like that, like a final tour. So that'll be good. And also a lot of their songs I really do like, honestly, and enjoy. I could probably run to a lot of them. Obviously, you guys saw I ran to Don't Stop Believing, so that was obviously a little bit of a hint, right? So yeah, it's definitely been a really fun morning then. So as far as the Pirates highlights then, the first game was just a whole bunch of ground outs, and double plays. And then that second game, was crazy because that one person hit, from the San Francisco Giants. They hit, a out of the park single home run,
And that was really weird because it like switched then into the Pirates momentum. And then the Pirates just went on and on and on. And they got like great double plays. A lot of it was errors by the Giants, but even without the errors, it still probably would have been like 8 or 9 runs. So it's definitely crazy that second game. But like I said, the first one was just a whole bunch of like ground outs to shortstop. You know, a lot of good field, you know, knowing the field, right? And knowing how the wind moves in the field, right? So, yeah, there definitely is a lot of, obviously, skill that, you know, that goes into it. And, not preparation. Why can't I think of it right now, what the word is? You guys get the point though, right? So it's like, there is, you know, some stuff that you can do that's not just throw a ball, catch the ball, throw the ball once you catch it out in the outfield. No, there's a lot that goes into baseball, as far as mediating your strategy. There we go. Yeah. Mediating your strategy. Being aware of your strategy from outside factors that are or aren't in your control. Because obviously, like grass, you know, that's not in your control, but maybe listening to how the ball comes off the bat. Okay, this is going to sink faster, you know, so I have to really sprint, right? Really sprinting is something that's in your control, and listening is also in your control. You know, and you can have a very high chance with certainty of, okay, this ball is going to fall fast or not. So yeah, like I said, those were the 2 highlights that I got to. And then I said watched the rest of my video. So I'll officially go ahead though and get going here and get the rest of my steps, like I said. And then we'll officially go ahead and check out Journey tonight. So I'm very happy and excited to see them. So yeah, it'll be really, really good. So anyhow, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. To do my medication minder, and also I did want to share what I was looking at, obviously, too, there. So it did obviously look like she had her shirt tucked in, so I was like, oh, what the heck? You know, and all of that stuff. So yes, obviously that was all that I was looking at. And I was like, holy cow, that's crazy. And I actually did see a short, actually, that reminded me of what I had said. You guys didn't get to see it, obviously, during the Hot Girl Summer, but you've seen it before. So, obviously, it's when your boobs, the majority of the boobs, right, the breast, are lower, so your top proportion is much more flat, right? So, it's not like the 55-45, right, that I had shared before, right? So, it's maybe like 75 and 25, right? So 75, 25. And that can cause the gap in the cup, right? So that's cool. I'll have to go ahead and post that too. So, yes. Obviously, that also kind of, right? Yeah. Yes. But again, that wasn't what I was like honed in on the whole time. But yes, obviously you do notice that, right? You can't notice my shirt, right? Without noticing that it's orange, right? You can't notice this strap and purse without noticing and knowing that it's purple, right? Anyhow, guys, let's officially go ahead and let's go get some exercise.
Should we have him check?
I put a positive word in for you.
Hey.
Alright guys, I'm officially now at 28%. Obviously the sun is coming out, so I definitely could have had my picnic, but I just decided not to. So obviously I will get this phone charging. Obviously there's still tomorrow, right? And then even Friday too. So we'll have that, and then I gotta get this phone charging. I gotta do my medication minder. I'll get a shower. I'll get all ready, and then we'll do those shoots before it's time to roll, concert time. So here we go. Everyone, your girl is here. So now officially 12:50. I have since obviously brought in my trash and my recycling. I had to take out one trash too. Obviously got the mail. I did pick out my outfit for tonight, so I'll show you guys that. Obviously I have white flowers and yellow flowers. Graham doesn't really like it, but I say, you know, it is mainly a solid. The flowers are not part of, they're kind of like dangled, around, right? So it's the same as my red crochet, um, what would you call it? A clamp, sleeveless? No, because it's not sleeveless. A long sleeve mesh clamp. Anyhow, guys, you guys get the point, right? So, they obviously have my sunflowers underneath for pockets, which are definitely really, really, really big when you're going to an event like this. So, have my pocket. Obviously, that shirt does come down over a little bit, which will be nice. So I don't have any pocket pickers, right? So, obviously, well, no, I mean, I can take my card, but you guys get the point, though, right? So, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna wanna engage, obviously, with the concert. And I don't know exactly what they do, but definitely, it seems like they're really, really good at engaging. Because I actually did look. I was like, is our Journey concerts usually good? And they're like, yeah, they're usually good. They usually, find ways to get the crowd going. So, obviously, those pockets are deeper, and they're not super, super slide around. So, I'll probably just want to do that. And set my bag down on the ground, carefree, right? So, yes, that'll be fun, obviously. Yeah, so, then what I'm going to do now is I have to do my medication minder. So, I'll show you guys a real quick film of that. And then I'm going to go out and lay, actually, outside. Do some tanning out here for probably about an hour, get some good relaxation in, obviously, while tanning, too. Heck yeah. So, and then I can officially, get my shower, but once I come in from tanning, it'll only be 2 o'clock at that point. Gates don't open till 6, so, probably eat, try to eat around 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. Probably closer to 4, eat, and then, just have a fun night then. So, yeah, we'll see, how it all pans out, but that's also why I want to get this video up as well, so I can, be done, with this, and then get it off once it's uploaded, and I know for a fact it is uploaded, right? And I know that I haven't had any copyrights, right, that would cause it to be taken down, right? I haven't violated any policies, right? So I definitely won't be taken down for that. And there won't even be a mistake, right? And I shared that mistake before, right? That I think what it saw was that it was white underneath, and then it was yellow, and it couldn't make it out. So it thought I went against the nudity policy, which I didn't, actually. But again, yeah, so that was my first ever 2 strikes in a very short amount of time. And I already said why I disagreed with that second strike. But anyhow, so really, in essence, I would have never had those. But I got all my content back up, no big deal. I'm back down to 0 now. So anyhow, I'll officially go ahead and get my medication minder started. Then I'll get this video up, and then I will obviously see everybody. Well, for a short, I'll maybe do some pics of me tanning out there. And then, yeah, we'll see you guys soon. So that'll just be a short, yeah. Anyhow, talk to you guys later. Alright, so then I'll show you guys a real quick short, obviously, of me picking out my clothes, which obviously will be for tomorrow's Memorial Day shoots. I'll show real quickly a short of me getting tanning outside, just laying down, throwing down the blanket, whatever. And then I'll show me getting my hairstyle ready for tonight. And then obviously later on tonight, super, super late probably, you guys will have the concert review. So anyhow, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Oh, wait, we're doing a double Wednesday? Oh, that's wild, right? 2 for Tuesday, and then Wild Wednesday with 2 videos. Ooh. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, later on tonight. so if you include the short, it's officially a triple Wednesday. Wait, what a cool trick that I did Wednesday. So yes, obviously if you guys do count the short, as far as an upload for a video, which, yeah, shorts are just as much of a video as a long video. So yeah, there we go. It'll be official. So, wait, a triple Wednesday. What? Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Since I was talking earlier about the pharmacist, so I'll say what about Pharmacy Wednesday, right? I'm doing my pills. I did want to come on and share also. Rosa Parks is another example in time of, you know, those who are emotionally strong and have a backbone and want to stand up and do so assertively and appropriately. They're the ones who, again, get more attention, right? And then, you know, you kind of also have the upper hand because then, like I said, you can remind them, right? So if something terrible happens to a weak person, right, who lets you control them, I want you to be the happiest person on the planet, right? So obviously, right, like my gram noticed, anybody could notice, right, the sheriff that obviously did Nancy Guthrie, yeah, that was the grandma. So obviously, Graham was like, holy shit, he looks like he's about ready to fall over. He's just been working and working and working, right? So yeah, it's like, yeah, and guess what, right? So when you play that card on them, when they're being like, I said, get the hell out of the seat. Oh, I'm sorry, I must be retarded, right? Whenever people like you and scumbags like you say, get the hell out of this seat. I don't know what you mean. I don't understand, right? No, I think you're actually totally, fully aware of what the hell you're doing, and you should stop being pathetic, right? Again, those who have a backbone, right, get the more attention because, again, they're doing part of the change, right? And yeah, so crazy how all that works. But also, you go against the norm, and then you create history. And who knows, you might even be remembered in 100 years, right? Obviously, Rosa Parks is still remembered, right? So, boom, right there, you know? You just don't know, right? It's like Rachel Platten or whatever, right? One match can make an explosion, right? So, yeah. So, anyhow, guys, so don't listen to the negativity side of things, or don't take that one part of, you know, in 100 years, right? So why aren't we running like our life's on fire, our house on fire? We should be running our lives like our house is on fire, right? Kind of motivational speeches. So don't take that first part and make it a negative, right? So yeah, that's also kind of cool. But anyhow, guys, so what about Pharmacy and Rosa Parks? There we go, Wednesday. So I was thinking about a title because I didn't just want to have just why not, or what a first triple Wednesday or something like that. So what about Pharmacy and Rosa Parks, right? What did I comment? Stuff like that. Anyhow, let me get this video up finally now.